Friday, October 18th, and welcome to the Damon Bruce Show, brought to you by Aiyuk Sandwiches. It is great to have you here today, and what a big day it is for the 49ers as they get ready for the biggest midterm that they're going to take. They flunked the final in overtime last year. This is the midterm that if you're going to have yourself a good semester, if you plan on graduating, it'd go a really long way to passing this midterm. The Kansas City Chiefs are the yard marker. They're the true yardstick of excellence in this league right now. And without them, without a win over the Kansas City Chiefs, you cannot argue that you are ready to be one of the best teams in the NFL, because this is the best team in the NFL. Even as they have taken steps back as a dangerous football team, they remain undefeated in what they might not put on the table offensively these days. What they're doing defensively is really something else. They are good. They know how to shut you down. They know how to get better as the game goes along. They know how to take your open receivers in the first quarter and make sure that they're not open in the fourth quarter. They just suffocate running games right now. And with the question mark around Jordan Mason in this running game this weekend, again, I really want to be wrong about this. I would love to tell you that the 49ers are about to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, but those who ignore old history and recent history kind of are doomed to repeat it. There is not a single indicator that Andy Reid is about to lose this game. When you look at how good he has been off the bye week throughout the entirety of a 25-year-long NFL career, and there's no indicator that the 49ers are capable of beating this team until they actually do it. Maybe this weekend is a difference. I want to be wrong. But I am worried about the Kansas City Chiefs, and I know that you're smart enough to be worried about them too. The Postman in Capitola, always good to see you, Postman. Thank you so much.
Oy, oy, oy.
Checking in from Cabo, San Lucas. I'm telling you, dude, get back to vacation right now. Close your computer. Go to the beach. I love you, Postman. We'll see you when you get back here. Travel safe. Man, what a gargantuan opportunity that the 49ers have in front of them. It would change the entire perception of the start of this season, which I think everyone admits has been underwhelming. No one would go back to talk about, oh, Justin Jefferson over the top in Minnesota. You beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Everything that happened before that just sort of vanishes. Now, in order to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, are you going to be leaning on a rookie wide receiver making his NFL debut? Because if you are, you're almost screwed right there on that. Right? Like, it'd be great if Ricky Pearsall helps the team win. It's not going to be up to Ricky Pearsall to win this game. This is a Debo game. This is a Kittle game. This is an Aiyuk game, and they got to be great. They got to be great. They got to be great right now. There's no more time for half-stepping around the Kansas City Chiefs. Your great players need to answer the bell. Nick Bosa can't just sit back and get held all game long without Kyle Shanahan running out on the field. I don't care if he gets an extra flag thrown on him, but you cannot allow the thing that has happened game after game after game against the Chiefs to happen again. You can't allow it. It is really, really good to see so many people in the chat. Pinned on top of today's chat, by the way, is an entry point to join me here today. Call it a Sports Phone Friday if you want. You want to get into today's show, you can join me with a video call. If you come on in, we will treat you kindly. I can promise you that. I invite everyone to be joining me here today, or not today, but Sunday for the watch party. We're not going live at the 2-minute warning, baby. We are going live at kickoff. And we are going to spend the entire afternoon hanging out together watching this game. So I hope you plan on joining me for that. And then I certainly hope you plan on joining me for Plus Mania 5, the Plusening, just named by Smiley Dan himself. That is going to be happening November 3rd at the Dubliner. We're so sorry that we have a conflict of interest. I was just talking about with Larry Kruger. He's going to be getting together at the Pig and the Pickle on the very same day up in Corte Madera, but we love Larry, obviously. He's done an awful lot to support me. We've done a lot to support him. We are partners over here on YouTube, but we got ourselves a conflicting interest coming up during the bye week. So if you're in San Francisco, boy, I hope you plan on joining me at the Dubliner in West Portal. That would be fantastic. I almost went to someone who had clicked on there. I was about to click on your name, but he just disappeared. I'm sorry. We were going to do that, but I guess I didn't get to you fast enough. let's see. Lots of people in the chat already. Good to see you all. It really is. It is Steve Young talking about Kyle Shanahan on KNBR that I want to talk about a little bit here, because you normally don't hear Steve Young, offer criticisms based on Kyle seems to be stubborn. Like a lot of his criticisms get more X's and O's, but it feels like Steve Young has kind of had it with the development of Brandon Aiyuk this season. We all know why the slow start was there. Like we all know that he held out. And they gave this man $30 million to end that holdout, the hold in, whatever you want to call it. And now it's officially time for them to give him the football. Brandon Aiyuk through 6 games, no touchdowns, 23 catches, 41 targets, and it's time to force feed Brandon Aiyuk the football. Steve Young says, you ever think about Kyle a little bit? That I'm sure he doesn't, because he goes out every week trying to slay the dragon. He says all those things, but there's a combination that he puts people in position to go thrive. And he doesn't feel like Brandon Aiyuk has been put in this position. He says that Brandon Aiyuk is like wearing the dunce cap in the corner. And there's a part of me that thinks, Kyle Shanahan's doghouse is documented. We've seen it. Willie Snead basically says Kyle's got his favorites, and if you're not among them, you're not going to get the reps, the opportunity, or targets. And if Brandon Aiyuk is no longer in Kyle Shanahan's circle of favorites, what in God's name did you give him that contract for? So you're paying the guy $30 million. You might as well get him to football. And if you got to force it to him, force it to him. If you got to get aggressive, because I know what Andy Reid would do. Andy Reid would find the thing that was working, and he would attack it, and he would go after it, and he'd go after it again, and he'd keep on going to the thing that's working, and he'd go to the thing that's working until it wasn't working. It feels like Kyle can find something that is working and then say to himself, I want to show everybody how great of a play caller I am. If you like the razzle, wait until you see the dazzle. Dude, if you're winning with razzle, we don't even need to pull out the dazzle. So I hope that Kyle, if he finds something that's working, sticks to it, and he goes out of his way to force Brandon Aiyuk into a working contributor for this team. Now, in the video, we got Lore. Is that how I pronounce your name? Did I pronounce your name right? Normally when we do videos, we like to see you too here, Cal. I don't know if you can turn that on, but hello.
Hello. My name is Shu Lore.
Shu. Hello, Shu.
Hello, Damon. I got 3 questions for you about this game.
Okay.
My first question is, how can we play special team and don't lose the game?
I wish I knew the answer to that. Special teams is a problem that never goes away, and I don't know how they're going to correct it on a third kicker with the Kansas City Chiefs coming into town. So I am worried about special teams. And if you had to ask me, where's one place they're absolutely going to make a mistake in this game, I think it might be special teams. What's your second question?
My second question is why DeAndre Campbell is always on the field.
That's another great question. And you're asking about, weak spots. And the 49ers have not corrected their special teams weak spot, no matter how hard they've tried. And Devondre Campbell is being picked on like a fat kid at recess. And Andy Reid is going to be attacking Devondre Campbell until Devondre Campbell either makes a play that says, stop attacking me, or Kyle gets him off the field. It's time to go to Graham. It's time to go to Winters. I think we all see that and know that. For whatever reason, the 49ers are being wildly stubborn, not making that choice. So maybe Andy Reid makes it for him this Sunday. Your third question, Chu.
My third question is why our run team always lack lack of effort.
I don't know if there's a lack of effort going on. Are you talking about run defense or just
Run
running the
defense.
football? Look, they've been hard hit in the middle with Javon Hargrave showing up, who everyone was told wasn't very good against the run, and I think that's borne out. They've improved against the run with more reps for Malik Collins in the middle there. So I hope that's what continues. Chew, thank you very much for calling in, man. It was good to have you on. The 49ers need to be good against the run. Kareem Hunt can tear him up, man. Kareem Hunt has torn him up. Kareem Hunt with the Cleveland Browns tore him up. Hopefully Jordan Elliott's ankle, that knee, has him back in there rotating in as a defensive tackle and shutting down the run. It's going to be crucial because I'm telling you, that's what the Chiefs are coming here to do. No doubt about it. Danny Golding, what's going on, Danny? It's good to see you, man. How's everything going for you in Arizona today?
Things are going great, Damon. Thanks for having me on. And so back in the day, back in the 1050 days, you used to have the 3 o'clock free play every single day. And then on Fridays, you would have a You Call It 3 o'clock free play where the callers would get to make their own topic.
That's right,
and their own
dealer's
questions.
choice.
Yeah. So I thought we'd throw it back to that. And I have a topic with 3 questions. So my topic is going to be calls. Now, a month ago, the Phoenix Suns longtime broadcaster Al McCoy passed away at 91. He was a broadcaster for 51 years. He would have a signature call that was Shazam whenever a Suns player would make a three-pointer. So my first question is, do you have a favorite signature call by a broadcaster?
Oh, geez. A favorite signature call by a broadcaster. I always loved it when Kevin Harlan would see a huge dunk and he would give you the old up high, down hard. I thought that was a great call. And he would go to it in his bag of tricks. I'm looking forward to our first Kevin Harlan up high, down hard that we get this year. That's the first one that came to mind. I always just thought Dwayne Kuiper, it is high, it is deep, it is gone. Like it's simple, but it works. I love a good home run call. I'll tell you the call that I don't like. And I love Greg Papa. I do not like touchdown San Francisco. I just no, I don't like that as his signature call.
I've heard you say that before. I'll respectfully disagree. I do like it, but I don't always. There's some times where he'll just kind of say it where I won't like it, but there's most of the time I do like the touchdown San Francisco. But yeah, there's certain times where maybe he doesn't execute it the best way. But
yeah. Oh, by the way, we got Otis Bird coming in here. He's like, adios pelota. That's great from John Miller.
Great minds think alike. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. John Miller's call is definitely a classic for sure.
I love that one. The reason why Papa went to the San Francisco is because he didn't want to just have one word. Touchdown Niners is way too close to touchdown Raiders. And look, Greg Papa he's always going to sound like the Raiders broadcaster, even doing Niners games to me. It's just, I'm old like that.
Yeah. So my second question is, if you could make the call, what would you say the 49ers record is come after week 10, come these next 3 games?
So what do we got? We got 3 more games to add on here. I think that the Niners lose at home to the Chiefs. They beat the Cowboys. They got a bye week. And then it's at Tampa Bay. And that's a game that they're going to have to win coming out of the bye week by hook or crook. So I think they're going to go on a little bit of a run, hopefully coming out of the bye. And it starts with, look, they came out of the bye in Jacksonville and went on a really nice run. And that was a 3-game losing streak last year going into the bye week. So add 2-1 to their current record. That brings you to what? They're 5-4 after 9 games. I wish it were a little bit better than that, but yeah, 5-4 after 9 games feels probably where they'll be. And I hope I'm wrong about that. It'd be great if they swept them all.
Do you have a most memorable call that you made or received in your personal life?
What do you mean, like as a broadcaster,
Or just
like,
or like or sorry, like as
called
yeah, like as a phone call. Do you have a phone call, a most memorable phone call that you received or made?
Jeez, the memorable phone call of my life. I'll tell you, I had Bob Costas once on my show, and afterwards, it's the rare moment in time where I actually asked my producer, I'm like, hey, give me that phone number. I want to be able to contact him. And I called Bob Costas and went to his voicemail. And I just said, Bob, everything that said to you on the show today, you've inspired me to go into sports broadcasting. It was all real, and this is all kind of your fault, I guess. And I left what I thought was a really nice voice message that was going to go unreturned. About 15 minutes later, Bob Costas is calling me, and Bob Costas and I talked for, it was over a half an hour. And that was one of the cooler conversations where I wasn't even talking sports with him. I was talking about the later show that he used to host when he would have musical guests come on through for a long format sit-down interview in front of a jukebox that used to come on after Letterman late night on NBC. And we talked an awful lot about that. And I had a really cool personal phone call with Bob Costas that meant an awful lot to me. And that's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm sure there were others, but that was cool.
Yeah. Always great to talk to the legends, definitely.
Yeah, and he certainly is one. He certainly is one. What are you feeling for this game, man? Think the 49ers get it done, or are you as worried as I am?
You know, I am somewhat worried. Like you said, that the Chiefs always win coming off a bye week, and they are undefeated. But I think it is a game that the Niners very well could hand the Chiefs their first loss. I mean, the momentum being on their side after the win in Seattle a week ago on Thursday night. So I think there is a good possibility that the Niners do hand the Chiefs their first loss. You can kind of, the Chiefs got to lose at some point. They're probably not going to go 17-0 this year too. So
yeah, they're probably not going to go undefeated on their way to their third Super Bowl win in a row, which has never happened. But the 49ers just always lose to this version of the Chiefs. I mean, that's what happens. And Andy Reid always wins after a bye week. And I just feel that, God, there's too many forces pulling against the Niners in this game. And you're telling me that the remedy is going to be a rookie wide receiver who has never played a snap of an NFL game? Like, that's way too much to put on Ricky Pearsall.
right.
Juwan Jennings maybe being doubtful for this game. I'm going to tell you right now, if Jordan Mason is a scratch, I think the game is lost before it even starts. Jordan Mason's going to have to play, and he's going to have to play.
I would probably agree with that. Yeah, Isaac Guerendo, I don't necessarily expect him to take over that role, per se.
I still don't trust Isaac Guerendo at all. I know we had one. Isaac Guerendo has one run that has made a sequence of almost zero production as a running back forgotten about. I hope I'm wrong, man. I really, really do. Danny, great to see you, man. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. I know you're a big Ike's guy. I know you're more likely to be at Ike's in Arizona than probably anybody else. So thanks very much, man, for all your support. It means a lot.
Absolutely, Damon. Thank you. Shout out to all the Plusers.
There it is. Thank you so much, Danny. Appreciate it. And oh, by the way, I don't want to just tell you about Ike's and put up his face over his face. I mean, we could do this, obviously, and then you get a little Ike's over the big Ike's cardboard cutout. Let's get aggressive. Let me tell you about that Love Rewards program. It is happening. Download the app. I'm sure Danny has, because Danny is a repeat customer. And if you are going to Ike's, first of all, if you download the app, it'll tell you where the closest one is to you. That's really nice and easy to find. Go to Ikes.com to find the location nearest you. Hopefully there is one. Download that Ike's Rewards app. You will start earning your way towards free sandwiches. You get a free sandwich when you sign up. See that right there? And then the loyalty that you show gets reflected to you in the prizes, in the love, and you can sign up right now for a chance to be entered into a contest that's going to send 2 people to New Orleans to watch a big football game at the Superdome in February. So sign up for Ike's. Do it now. You'll be happy that you did. Again, I hope you can join me at the Dubliner in West Portal, baby. We're going to be there during the bye week on November 3rd. We're going to get going around noon, and we're really looking forward to seeing hopefully everyone coming on out to the Dubliner to hang out with a whole bunch of like-minded plusers. We're going to stay safe with Smiley Dan. We are going to we're going to have ourselves a good time. There has not been a single Plus Mania that hasn't absolutely rung the bell of a really good time. And I know that this is going to be a fun one as well. And it's going to be a bye week, so there's going to be no Niners stress added to the weekend. Fun folks hanging out at the Dubliner West Portal, and I hope you plan on joining us. And oh, by the way, I did not do well on my bet last night. What did I took the Saints +3 at home, and that thing was never even close to being in the barn. It was a whole lot of Denver Broncos early and often, and they never let up, and I lost. You don't lose, though, when you sign up with YouTube 150 on BetUS, though. You get 150% signing bonus when you sign up to $2,000 on your first deposit. So there you go. Check out BetUS. Are you serious? Now, I didn't think we were going to necessarily hear anything more for Postman and Capitola when I said go to the beach, or maybe he has brought us to the beach himself. That looks like an awning. That looks like a beach, Postman. Woo-hoo.
That's the beach.
Where are you? Cabo?
Let's
Cabo? Is that where you
go.
are, man?
Cabo for a 50th birthday celebration.
Is it your 50th birthday today?
My 50th is in December. It's my best bud Jim's 50th today. So we are poolside with Bubbles. We are enjoying all the views of Cabo San Lucas.
Fantastic, man. Happy birthday to Jim, and happy birthday to Bubbles, however old she is. I'm glad you got her in the hot tub. No, I know what you mean. Look, man, this is a gorgeous little view you got there.
Dude, it's unreal. We actually had to stay at that little place down there yesterday. We got here early, so we're just taking it all in. Massages are happening, pool time, margaritas, private chefs. We're doing it all. We're doing it right.
That is fantastic. I'm so glad that you're doing it right. Now, will you be watching? You got access to 49ers on Sunday?
I'll be traveling home on Sunday and still have my tickets in section 201, row 10, listed for sale on Ticketmaster. If anybody's interested, go ahead and take a peek there.
What are tickets to the Chiefs game going for? You should be able to turn those around and do well on those.
I had them listed pretty high. I think I pay $125 for them. And I think I've dropped them down to about $200.
Oh, Postman, looks like we lost you there, brother. I'll tell you, it was great seeing you. I love you, Postman. Go buy Postman's 49ers tickets. And Postman, you get back to vacation. Maybe you can join us for the watch party. There you go. Maybe we'll see the Postman back there. But good to see him. Happy birthday to your boy turning 50. By the way, we know that it's SG Sports Talk's birthday today. We wished him a happy birthday on Wake Up, and we'll do it again. Here he is. Chef, it's my birthday. Hey, SG, I put up the link. You want to get on the show? Click on in right now. Damn internet connection. Well, yeah, I mean, think about it. Isn't it amazing that we were able to talk it all right there? Bad internet, love to the plus, no problem, Postman, no problem. It's amazing that we just talked to you from a patio in Cabo San Lucas. That's, again, technology blows me away. It really does. Look, there's quite honestly nothing more to be said in the run-up to this game. It is the biggest midterm exam that you could possibly sit down and take. This is a monster fork in the road of this season. If the 49ers lose, the season is going to be what it's going to be. And I don't know if it's going to be cloaked in glory. If the 49ers win, All bets are off and all stops have been removed from dreaming the biggest dreams that you can dream. 49ers beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to be talked about as the NFC team on the Super Bowl track, even though the Vikings remain undefeated, even though the Packers look good, even though the entire NFC North right now pretty much looks good. And Detroit, they get dealt a bad deal with the Aiden Hutchinson broken leg. We'll see how aggressive they get at the trade deadline. But man, this is just a monster. Who do you think you're actually going to be game for the San Francisco 49ers? And I invite you to join me again for a watch party that'll be going on all game long. What else do we have to tell you? It feels like this is important to tell you about right here and right now, because I'm going to bring this up to talk about this douchebag. Do you even recognize him? Do you know who that is? It's not Jay Cutler, who got arrested for having a DUI and a weapon. I think Jay Cutler got arrested. Smoking Jay. What a douche. This guy, though, is one of the worst people, I think, in the world. This is the guy who, in a Baltimore Ravens jersey, found the two tiniest little Washington Commanders fans that he could find, walked up and just sucker punched one of them, knocking him out, and was dumb enough to put it on the Instagram. I mean, how much of an idiot can you be? I'm reading a story today, totally unrelated to this, but reading a story today, there was some fraternity that was like duct taping kids to like a cross or something like that. And they were vomiting on kids laying down. Now, if that's your level of initiation, your fraternity totally sucks. The duct taping idiots to things, that's just good, clean college fun. We have duct taped many a freshman to things back in my day, and it's all in good-natured fun. By the way, it takes about 2 rolls of duct tape to hold up an approximate 180 to 200 pound freshman against a wall. I have duct taped a human being to a wall in my college days. Never intentionally tried to vomit on anyone because that's just disgusting and it's just gross. Anyways, so that's all disgusting behavior. And the fact that anyone's thinking, I'm going to put this on the internet so everyone can see it. It's just, you have taken assholery to a level that I thought was almost incapable. This guy is sucker punching people, and he's saying, I never lose, and I sucker punch people, and this is what I do. And apparently he's some privileged kid of some rich son of a bitch. And he has been arrested by the Baltimore police for doing that and could look at up to 8 years for assault. And I seriously hope that this kid goes to the biggest, nastiest, jailing Baltimore situation and just gets pounded in the ass. Seriously, like, what's the way to emasculate this douchebag for the rest of his life? I hope prison takes care of that. Damon, are you saying that a guy like this deserves to be raped in prison? Yeah, because I saw the video. And if you're the kind of asshole who's just indiscriminately walking around choosing to knock out weaklings based on the NFL jersey that they wear, we don't need you. We don't need you. This guy's wearing like $89,000 watches that his daddy bought him. Screw him. I hope the rest of his life is unemployable and filled with awful things on him, on top of him, inside of him, all day long. Screw him. No mercy at all. Look at that. Find me a more punchable douchebag looking guy than that guy. Ugh. I do not like him, Sam I Am. Chef A. He's like 8 years ain't enough, right? That guy's got to go. That guy's got to go. Oh, Damon. Bars. Thank you. Bring the baby oil. True blue. Whole new meaning to
Pound it, pound it, pound it, pound it.
no, it's the same meaning. That has always meant what you thought it sounds like. We know what that is. Thank you, Annie Baby, wherever you are. Put him in a cell with Diddy, right? SG Sports Talk. Thoughts on Diddy? Yeah, if even a fraction of what he said is true, he should never see outside again. He sounds like an awful human being. I mean, he did produce Hypnotize, though, which is still a banger of a song. I'll give him that much. Sometimes we're going to have to separate the art from the artist. I guess this would be one of those moments. Okay, here we go. Are you officially ready for Today in History to wrap up your week? I don't need these anymore. It doesn't seem like anyone else is calling in. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. We'll do it another time. Today in History. What would be the most appropriate birthday for Mike Ditka to celebrate? The answer is 85 for the 85 Bears. Happy birthday to Mike Ditka, born today in 1939. He is now 85 years old, and the Bears have not done shit since 1985. And who knows when that'll ever change? Caleb, a lot of pressure on you. Good luck, kid. Happy birthday to Lindsey Vonn. Lindsey Vonn, an incredible skier, gold medals, several Olympics, and then she had a brief stint as Tiger's side piece, right? Lindsey Vonn, still out there, throwing it around at the age of 40, she turns today. So maybe Lindsey's going to decide to start settling down. Born today, though, in 1984, happy birthday to Lindsey Vonn. Happy birthday, by the way, to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was turned over to the United States following the Spanish-American War today. So happy birthday to Puerto Rico becoming an American territory officially today. Today in 1867, by the way, happy birthday to the state of Alaska. The U.S. purchased the Russian colony of Alaska thanks to U.S. Secretary of State William Seward. Seward's idea to buy Alaska was so ridiculed, it was called Seward's Folly. So there you go. Seward's Folly gives you Alaska today, and Alaska, of course, is giving us Sarah Palin. So thanks. You like a strong woman? For a moment in time, she really was the funniest woman in America, and she certainly was built a little huskier than most. The American sitcom Roseanne, with Roseanne Barr, debuted on ABC. That show was huge. It was funny. It was something that was totally different, and Roseanne premiered today. And Roseanne is like, I don't want to say she's canceled as much as she's just proven herself to be a unrelenting asshole of a human being, and we don't hear from her much anymore. Today in 1931, Al Capone, convicted of tax evasion, sentenced to 11 years in prison. And I believe, did Al Capone die in Alcatraz of syphilis? I think he did. There you go. Congratulations to syphilis and Al Capone. Finally caught up with him. Finally, your last piece of history. Have you ever met anyone who really enjoyed the book Moby Dick? Like, seriously, like, loved Moby Dick, recommends it to everyone? Or is it just a book that you're forced to read in high school? Well, either way, today in 1851, Herman Melville's classic, which at the time was known as The Whale, was officially first published in London. He had to go overseas to find his audience. And then, you know, I guess it did well in America when they're like, nobody's buying The Whale, but if you put Moby Dick on it, maybe people will think it's something different and pick it up. And they're going to be like, I thought this was going to be about some pimp. And it turns out it's about a guy chasing a whale. But all right, I read it anyways because it's fucking 1851 and there's not much to do. So congratulations to Herman Melville and all of you for watching today. Damon, yesterday was the earthquake of the anniversary of the 89 earthquake. Talk about a day mystery. Wow. How did I miss that? Today in history, I didn't include the 89 quake. Shame on me. This is why I'm on YouTube and not an actual history teacher. 174 years ago. Yes, good time. Good times. Untouchables. Great movie. I agree. Speaking of Al Capone. Damon, did you not talk about the Loma Prieta earthquake? I didn't. Shame on me. How the hell did I miss that? We didn't say the show was perfect, but thank you so much for watching today. I hope you plan on being here for the live stream on Sunday. We're going to be going for like 5 hours together on Sunday. You know, YouTube is a place to try new things, and this is something that I haven't done. I might officially say to myself that, you know, my ability to cover the game as I'm watching it here with you took away my ability to convey the right thing. And maybe we won't do it again, or maybe this will be the new thing. I don't know. Let's all do it together. And we're experimenting live in real time. That's how it's going to go. So thank you very, very much for being a part of this, hopefully being around on Sunday as we continue to climb to 25,000 subscribers. Oh, by the way, little channel update. We've officially passed on the lifetime of this channel 8 million views. There you go. There's not a lot of things in my life I have done that equate to 8 million. 8 million views. You know, what else am I at in the terms of 8 million? It's certainly not dollars. 8 million breaths. Have I lived 8 million minutes? Probably. I don't know. I've told my kids to stop poking each other about 8 million times, and that's just in 5 years. Oh, I said this on Wake Up today. I was so proud of Jack this morning. We're driving him to school, and an obscure, really old Tom Petty song comes on, and he's like, turn that up. I like that. So I turn it up. He said, Dad, who is this? I said, this is Tom Petty. And without any prompting, Jack goes, and the Heartbreakers? That's my boy. That's my boy. Very, very proud of that. Very, very, very proud of that. Thanks to all of you for being here. Remember, my good friends, remember, we are going to go ahead and get to the Dubliner and West portal. We're going to be there before you know it. It's going to be November 3rd, and I hope you plan on joining us for Plus Mania 5, the Plusening. Jack is a little bit of a music enthusiast, Erwin. No doubt about it, man. Jack is into Tom Petty and Bob Marley early on in his and he likes some Def Leppard too. I'll tell you what Ozzy liked the other day. Some Zeppelin came on in the car, the Immigrant song, and he liked that. Ozzy was like, I saw him in the rearview mirror. He's we're getting it right over here. We're getting it right as parents. Oh no, there's plenty of fish. There's plenty of fish. Jack can spot fish just by hearing them. He'd be like, is that a tweezer? He likes Makasupa Policeman, which is some deep fish too. So that's a fun one. But thank you very much. Jack, better than Tacky with music. I don't even know. Tacky? Oh, he's good music. Rockin' New Air 84. It's always great to see you guys. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, no, Jack loves Enter Sandman. Yeah, and then when he hears like the sleeps with one eye open, it's like it scares him a little. Jack will be like, put on Thriller, and then he'll start hearing that howl, and he's like, I don't know about Thriller. But he's learning, and we're teaching it the right way. Thanks to all of you for being here. We'll see you again on on Sunday. Go Hoosiers, beat Nebraska, get it done for your boy so I can have a really happy weekend. A really, really happy weekend. In the meantime, the only thing there is to tell you is that sports don't build character, they reveal it. And like that,